Okay, hello. I am Jackie Roby, Chief Excellence Officer at Inspire Journey Consulting, and I am so grateful to be here with the founder and president, CEO of Pravassa, Linden Schaffer. So, hello, Linden.
Hi.
Thank you so much for taking time as such a wellness guru and pioneer in the industry. Can you give a quick overview of Pravassa?
Yes, I'd love to. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to talk to all your followers. Pravassa is a tour operator, and I started the business 11 years ago. And we offer transformational travel with the concept of expanding somebody's worldview and their place in it through the way that we travel. So, what we do at Pravassa is very multifaceted. We want clients to travel to the destination and embrace the local culture and all the fabulous things that there is to do there. But we want them to do it from a place and a foundation of health and well-being. In order so that the vacation and your experience and time away from your normal routine really nourishes you. It helps you breathe deeper and it helps you expand both inward and outward.
I love that. So what inspired you to start Pravassa?
Oh, so many things. It was a perfect storm, as they say. So the year was 2008 when I had the idea, and if you remember, it feels like quite a long time ago, but it was the last time in America our world was in some chaos. We were in the midst of our huge financial collapse, and I was someone who personally always loved to travel. It was a passion and a hobby of mine. And every job that I had ever had, when I went to the job interview, I had two questions. How much vacation time do I get? And can I take unpaid time off to travel? So I don't know if they were the best interview questions, but clearly that's where my passion was. So in 2008, when the career that I had thought I wanted in the fashion industry for years and years, and I had been working in very successfully in that world, the shift of my personality and what made me happy started to change, as well as those around me. And so I would say the three things that sort of happened that culminated everything is in 2008, I got married. And my husband, who's from Argentina, we did a destination wedding in Argentina, and we hosted 40 people, the majority of which had never been to Argentina. So while it was a wedding, what we did is we planned a full experience, and what we gifted all the guests a 4-day experience. And the wedding was just really a small part of it. So to introduce people to another culture and do it in a way that was much more local and unique than someone would get just hopping to a country that they didn't know anyone or didn't really have any of that inside information. So there was that. There was the recession. So there was kind of chaos around me. There were rumblings of people saying, hey, we're reassessing how we're spending money. We are spending less in material goods, which the fashion industry, which is where I was working, and we're spending more on experiences. And then I personally just had burnout. So it was a way to, those three things sort of propelled me to think about and create Pravassa.
That's amazing. Let me just say, so I also had a destination wedding in Jamaica, 40 people. I can't fathom planning the 4-day itinerary. Like that is, I'm blown away, and already you're my hero.
Well, I'll tell you, for the wedding specifically, we had a wedding planner because that honestly, my husband and I, we'd been together for over 10 years at that point, and it was just a party. And so honestly, it was part of the least important part of the entire experience for us. So it was, the travel part was the fun part for us.
That's amazing. You should have seen us trying to just get transportation to get people out at night. But I didn't
Well,
plan the
use
part.
your
So
travel agent, right?
exactly. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. All right. So, if you're talking to a Pravassa traveler, and I know you work closely with travel advisors as well, what can a traveler and an advisor expect when they're working with Pravassa?
Sure. So we offer travel in a few different ways. We offer what's called private travel,
Mhm.
which is individual itineraries that we plan for anyone who wants to go on vacation. So the majority of the people who travel with us, I would say it's 70% women. Obviously, the concept of traveling that's related to health and wellness definitely tends to appeal at the moment to that segment of the market. But we do solo travel, family travel, couple travel, mom daughter travel, those kinds of things. And so planning a private itinerary, we work in 17 destinations around the world, and we plan the experience from the time the client lands in the destination to the time that they leave. And all of our trips, whether it's the private travel or we do some small group travel, and small group travel that's on our website. We do about 3 or 4 of those trips a year. Those trips are specific themes and they go to specific destinations. And every time we do a trip, it's completely unique because of where we're going, who some of the guides are, the activities that we have planned, and then obviously the people who join it are the heart and soul of what we're doing. So each experience is unique. So for traveling, the private travel and the small groups, and then we just launched a new program called Wander Home, which is a Pravassa digital experience, which is a staycation, because now that travel's grounded for Americans for the moment, internationally specifically, we wanted to give people an opportunity to still have these transformative experiences, but to have them at home. And so when you work with us, what you can expect is we talk about health and well-being as the foundation for travel. So we really feel that using some ancient practices, and they're different for everybody, but this concept of traveling in a way that expands your mind, but it also expands your breath, expands your heart, expands your worldview. All of these things start internally before they can be external. And so for us, by creating an itinerary for someone, if they love nature, for example, to do hikes in the morning or a bike ride in the morning, you get to do what you love, you get to be active, you get your nervous system working, you get your circadian rhythm synced to where you are, especially if you're seeing it, let's say, at a sunrise time. And it just allows you to have a deeper experience in the location that you're visiting. So when you travel with us, not only are we thinking about that, and when we plan an itinerary, we're mixing what your loves are when it comes to being active and being healthy, and mixing it with what's on the ground that's available, that's local, so you can experience things in a local way. And what clients who travel with us are really getting access to is our network and our experience, and everything we do is vetted. So our teams on the ground, we've been working with for a decade. We have very close relationships where we've trained the people that we work with. So they know what a Pravassa traveler is looking for. They understand this concept of well-being. They understand that our clients are looking for a true travel experience and not a tourist experience. And what I mean by that is, just as an example, we do a lot of travel to Bali. The first thing that we gift our clients when they arrive in Bali is a sarong. And then if you're a man, you also get the traditional hat that's worn in temple ceremonies, because we want our clients, when they go into these temple ceremonies or when they get invited into locals' homes for special celebrations, that they're dressing in the local culture. And that way it allows them to experience it very differently. But what's very interesting, which I think a lot of us are experiencing right now, it also allows the locals to react differently. It shows the local people that you respect and are interested in their traditions. And just that little simple showing of sign of respect from a traveler, they open up so much more. It's such a deeper connection, and they're much more willing to share of their culture when you just show that little amount of respect.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. And I don't think that's immediately what somebody would think, right? When
Yeah.
they're planning that trip. So those thoughtful details make such a huge difference. And when you think about all of the effort that you're putting in and really just how bespoke and thoughtful it is, what a huge asset to any traveler and saving time for travel advisors.
Yes, for sure. I mean, that's the key. And when it comes to travel advisors, we're experts in our destinations, and we can help them match their clients and their client personality with the experience that they want to give their clients.
So when you said the small group trips,
Mhm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, yourself or somebody from your team attends those, correct?
Correct. Mhm.
Okay. And then the private trips, that's just the traveler on their own with their itinerary, meeting with your
Exactly.
guide. Okay.
Exactly. So with the small group trips, aside from someone from Pravassa on the trip, there's also a wellness educator. So there's somebody who is holding sort of the theme, set the theme. So whether that is a yoga teacher or a meditation teacher or, a chef or somebody who has a wellness background. And a lot of the education that we do, the day starts with their education, what their specialty is, and we weave it into where we are and the culture as well. So that's what you get with the small group. When you do private travel, obviously Pravasa is not with you and our educator is not traveling with you. But what we do is we match you with local on the ground educators. So you're still going to be able to get the experience. It's just slightly different.
That's pretty exciting. Can you tell us why Pravassa? What does the name mean?
Yes, great question. So people don't believe me when when I say this, but so it's a Sanskrit name, and I knew I wanted a name for the company that had no prior meaning attached. I didn't want people to jump to conclusions. So I knew a name in Sanskrit, which speaks to the spirituality, the ancient Indian language of where a lot of these wellness practices originated. That was where I wanted to go, and I wanted it to be one word. So I literally looked through a Sanskrit dictionary and I started pronouncing certain words and wrote them down. And I had a list of 10 and I sent them around to about 50 people when I was starting the company to ask them to say, hey, pronounce this out loud. What do you like? Let me know. And Pravasa was the clear winner. And it turns out it means journey in Sanskrit. So it's perfect.
Oh, that's amazing. Linden, thank you. This was such a great introduction to Pravassa, and I can't wait to continue to talk more. So,
Thanks, Jackie.
absolutely.